Hey, how y'all doing out there? I'm back again with another video. Today I just want to talk about my favorite big phone. Now for me, big phones, they gotta be, 6.4 inches or better. They gotta have some width to them. I don't really like narrow phones. And these are my favorite big phones, as you can see. Now they vary in size to some degree and width in some degree. Now just quickly, I want to say got the S20 Ultra. You got the LG V60, my Note 10 Plus, my OnePlus 7T Pro, my Xiaomi Mi 10 Pro, my Note 9, my Poco X3 NFC, and my Honor Note 10. Now, I like all of these phones, but I like some more than others. And they're all very unique, and they do their own thing. But I like large phones, just to say that, a lot of screen to body ratio. I want to feel like I'm holding a big screen in my hand. And also what's important to have a large phone with a large screen, the screen has to be really, really good. I mean, AMOLED or POLED, just got to be AMOLED. I don't really like LCD displays, honestly. So, the Poco will be the least of my favorites, only because it has an IPS LCD display, so I'm not the biggest fan of that because the colors are really don't pop as much. The blacks are not super black. So, but I still like the phone, I really do. So, let me start off real quick. Oh, also, when I'm thinking about big phones, they got to have dual stereo speakers, because with a big, what's the point of having a big, large screen if you don't have no really good speakers to go along with it? So every single phone on this table has dual stereo speakers. That is a must for me. All right. First, we'll start off with the S20 Ultra. The thing I like about this, you got a 6.9 inch Quad HD plus 120 hertz display. Okay. Of course, you're getting all the bells and whistles. You're getting Gorilla Glass 6 on the front and the back. You're getting IP68 water and dust resistance, fast wireless charging, reverse wireless charging, 45 watt super fast charging. Getting 12 gigs of RAM. You're getting expandable memory up to a terabyte. So you're getting all the bells and whistles with the S20 Ultra. And I really like this phone a lot. It's a beast. The battery life is great. 5,000 milliamp battery. So you're getting pretty much all the bells and whistles when it comes to this device. And it also has great cameras. 108 megapixel camera on there with 100 times zoom. So you're getting a great camera with this device. Now moving over to the LG V60, of course you're getting a 6.8 inch POLED AMOLED display. Not AMOLED display, just POLED display, sorry. It's a beautiful display. It's a large device. I love it. You're getting Gorilla Glass 6 on the back, 5 on the front with a military grade drop protection on here. You're getting a headphone jack. You're getting wireless charging. You're getting IP68 water and dust resistance. You're getting expandable memory up to 2 terabytes. You're getting a 5,000 milliamp battery. That's a beast. Excellent standby time. Great cameras. So this is a full-fledged flagship along with this one. Flagship. Now, I'm not giving you all the specs, just letting you know why I like the phone, more so, along with and I forgot, the dual stereo speakers on this phone are amazing. Also, the dual stereo speakers on the S20 Ultra is good as well. All right, let's move over to the OnePlus 7T Pro. The thing that I like about probably the OnePlus the most is the performance. The performance of this phone is just so buttery smooth. I mean, it's just so silky smooth. I love the Quad HD plus resolution and 90 hertz display. The battery life is phenomenal. The cameras, they're okay. They're not that great. Dual stereo speakers are really good. 30 watt warp charging is crazy. Love that. The charge is really, really fast. I love that. So that's the reason why I love it. It's just the performance, that display, and the battery life. Those are the things that I love about that phone the most. Also, it's got no punch hole, nothing. This is all display. All display. It has a pop-up selfie camera, but it's all display. And this display is absolutely gorgeous. Just gorgeous. All right. Now, with the Poco X3 NFC, excuse me, it's a decent phone. You know, it's more mid-range budget, something like that. It's cool, this one right here. But it has the least display that I like because it's IPS, you know, LCD, IPS. I don't really like those screens all that much. But it's cool. It has dual stereo speakers. It has 120 hertz refresh rate. It has a 5100 milliamp battery. This battery lasts you 3 days easily. 3 days. Remember to keep in mind this is a gaming phone as well. Definitely can play games on here. The cameras are pretty good. You do get a headphone jack, which is important. So with this, it's mostly, and the stereo speakers on here, they're okay. They need to be a little louder, but they're okay. But at least it has it. But it has a big, giant screen, 6.67 inch. It's nice and wide. It has nice, good heft to it because of that big, giant battery. So this one more so for the battery, the audio with the headphone jack is very good, and it runs very well. The performance is very, very good. Not on the level of these other phones because this is probably the only phone here that's not good. This is really not. Well, this one in the Honor is not a flagship. They're just below a flagship. All right, so now we got the biggest device on this table, the Honor Note 10. This is a 6.9 inch AMOLED display. It's humongous. It's enormous. I mean, it's ridiculous how big this is. It's like holding a tablet in your hand. It is by far the biggest device I've ever owned to this date. I'm telling you, it's huge. Look at it. Now, let me compare it to the other biggest phone I got on this table, which is my Note 10 Plus. Look at it. I mean, it's taller and it's much, much wider. Okay? I mean, it could totally cover this one. But you ain't totally covering that one. See? Totally cover this one. So, this phone is absolutely enormous. It has a great display, great battery life, 5,000 milliamp battery. It has super fast charging, has great stereo speakers. It's just a shame that Huawei, which made this device, is banned. So no Google Play services, which is unfortunate. But I still love this phone for media content because the speakers are great. It has a nice DAC on it. And like I said, the battery lasts you 2 days easily. Cameras, just okay. But I like the size of this thing. Definitely not a one-handed device by any means. Definitely not that. Next up, the Note 9. One of the most popular devices Samsung has ever made, period. This phone had no compromises. The only thing it was missing was a wide-angle lens and an IR blaster. Other than that, this phone had everything that you could possibly want in a smartphone. Dual stereo speakers, water and dust resistance, what you got? The iris sensor, heart rate monitor, expandable memory, dual stereo speakers, super AMOLED display, headphone jack. I mean, there's probably some things I'm forgetting. Wireless charging, great cameras. This phone had it all. I mean, has it all. It really does. It's just a shame that Samsung is no longer supporting this phone through software updates. Just a shame. Because it deserved Android 10. It really did. Okay, it really did. But it's a shame. But this is a great, all-time great device. This was probably the best Note Samsung ever made. Well, most complete Note. I'll say that. Most complete Note. I know some people would disagree and said it was Samsung's best Note. I say most complete Note because I happen to think that the Note 10 Plus is better. But that's just my opinion. My opinion is just that. My opinion. All right. I'm not trying to force my opinion on nobody else. So that's just my opinion. All right. Next up, we got the Xiaomi Mi 10 Pro 5G. Great device, great battery life, great performance, great cameras, great build quality. I mean, this phone is just awesome. 12 gigs of RAM. The audio on here through the stereo speakers. This phone has the best stereo speakers out of all of these devices by far. The quality, not the loudest now, but the quality, the overall quality, that full stereo sound, ain't nothing touching this one, in my opinion. Nothing. Nothing on this table even comes close to the quality of sound you get out of this phone. And also through the DAC. The 24-bit DAC is absolutely amazing. Sounds phenomenal, okay? It's a shame it don't have a headphone jack, but it is what it is, okay? You got one of the fastest face unlocks, nice fingerprint sensor built into the display. I mean, this phone has a lot. It don't have IP68 water and dust resistance, but it does have 30-watt wireless charging and 50-watt wired charging. So this phone charges super fast, okay? With the wireless charger, it charges in under an hour, from 0 to 100, under an hour. And with the wired charging, fully charged in 40 minutes. So this phone is awesome. The performance on here rivals that easily. Well, I'll say this. I ain't going to say rival. In my opinion, based on my experience, this is the fastest phone out of all these phones on the table. The speed on this phone is ridiculous. OnePlus comes in number 2. But this is the fastest phone that I have. By far. The fastest. And I love this phone. Xiaomi makes some really great devices. And I'm really impressed with this device. And last but definitely not least, the Samsung Galaxy Note 10 Plus. My favorite device out of all these devices I got on this table. This phone never comes out of my pocket. Now, I rotate all of these with my second phone. I rotate all these other phones, but this phone never comes out of my pocket. Never. Has the best shape to me. That tall, boxy shape makes me feel like I'm watching got a small TV in my hand. This dynamic AMOLED Quad HD display is just brilliant. Gets nice and bright. You got IP68 water and dust resistance, expandable memory, 45 watts, super fast charging, wireless charging, great cameras, great build quality. I mean, this thing, the S Pen, this phone has it all. I'm telling you. The only thing it's missing, and I wish it had, was a headphone jack. Definitely, I missed the heart rate monitor. I missed the iris sensor. Okay, those are things I do miss. Okay, the LED notification, I don't miss that only because I use the always on display, so I don't need that. But those other things I definitely miss. But to me, this is Samsung's best Note. For me. Not most complete, but best in my opinion. Great. You're getting a 4,300 milliamp battery. Battery life is really, really great. Now, it's not the best battery life on this table. It's not. The best battery life out of all of these phones on this table, and I know y'all might not believe this, but it would be the OnePlus. I mean, just for longevity. Now, I would say the OnePlus number 1, and then I say the Poco, because that has a bigger battery and it has the screen is not, Quad HD. Because I'm running this at Quad HD at 90 hertz, full brightness. Now this has LCD, so they're not gonna go through much, that much battery. But I would say the OnePlus, and then everything else. Great battery life on the LG, great battery life on the S20 Ultra. All of these have really great battery life, honestly, because they all got really big batteries in them. All right, and I'm filming this with my LG Wing, so I couldn't put that on the list. And it's kind of like a big phone. Honestly, it's probably one of the heaviest phones I have, along with the Note, the Honor Note. But I don't know, it's kind of narrow. So I like phones that have some width, but I guess I'd have to include it because this phone is not that wide either. So I guess I'd have to include it, but since I'm filming with it, I couldn't include it. All right. Thank you all for taking the time to watch this content. I appreciate it. Everybody has their vice. Some people into shoes, sneakers, hats, ties, suits. I'm into smartphones. This is my hobby. This is what I enjoy. This is what I like getting into. That's why I created this YouTube channel. So for those people that be like, "Oh man, how many phones do you need?" Look, this is what I enjoy. This is what I do. This is what I like to collect. It's cell phones. I mean, like I said, everybody has their vice. This is mine. So thank you for taking the time to watch this video. Please leave me a thumbs up and subscribe if you want to see more content like this. And please hit that notification bell so you'll get notified every time I upload a new video. Thanks again for watching. I do appreciate it. God bless and peace.